Hi, I'm Vanessa Uybarreta from vanessauybarreta.com. I'm going to talk a little bit about self-love. So self-love is definitely something that is very important, I think, to us as humans. And not enough of us are practicing self-love. But how do we actually practice self-love? Like, what do we actually do in the situations, in our moment-to-moment daily life? So I know from experience that there are kind of 5 different kind of, not even levels, but kind of gradual places that we hit as we get to self-love. Because a lot of times, if you have been very self-critical, very self-judgmental, if you're very used to that inner state, you can't just immediately switch like a light switch. Usually not. Okay? Almost all spiritual practice, if not all, is really gradual. And when I mean gradual, it doesn't mean always gradual slow. It could be gradual fast, but it's still a gradual process. So if we're really getting on our own case about something, we're getting really annoyed at ourselves, saying, let me try to love myself right now, it's going to almost have a rebound effect. So it's going to be like you're smacking up against the idea of self-love and just bouncing back off to where you already were in the getting on your own case thing. So how do we kind of work this through? The first step is always awareness. Awareness, awareness, awareness. And the founder of Myofascial Release, John Barnes, his quote is, "Without awareness, there is no choice." Once we know what's going on, we can then choose differently. But until we're aware, we can't. So the first step is self-awareness. We notice how we're talking to ourselves, how we're feeling in our body, how our emotions are feeling. Are we constantly annoyed at ourselves? Are we constantly getting on our own case? Are we constantly beating ourselves up? Okay, we start to notice, and then we start to decide that we don't want that. But then the next step is self-understanding. And how I see self-understanding is just kind of understanding what's going on. Let's take an example. You have an interaction with a friend and you don't say things, or let's say you say something you wish you didn't say, or you said it in a way that wasn't quite exactly as you wanted to say it. So now you're upset at yourself, you're frustrated, you're like, why did I say it like that? Oh my God, blah, 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 I'm such an idiot, and blah, 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 all that stuff. Once you're aware of it, you can start to understand. It's understanding. It's really kind of sympathizing with yourself. Well, I did the best I could. I wasn't present as much, so I kind of just blabbed things out, or I didn't quite explain myself right. I was nervous. I was this. Kind of get into the understanding of where you're coming from, okay? Because when you dig down, you realize that most of the time you're always doing the best you can. You're doing the best you can in any moment in time. So then once you have self-understanding, you can start to be self-accepting and self-embracing. And I love the word embracing, because accepting sometimes for some people feels like you just have to stay with it, like you're stuck with it. And that's not it at all. You're just embracing what is. You're saying, this is what I did, and it's okay. I don't want to do this all the time and every time, but I did it now. So you're bringing it in, you're allowing yourself to be okay with the emotions, you're hugging it in, saying, I felt like an idiot, I sounded like an idiot, and that's okay. The next part is from there, that embracing, you kind of turn a corner. And as you turn this corner, you can start to be kind to yourself. So self-kindness. You can start to say things like, see, once you kind of go through that, you're going through these emotions, not just thoughts. So thought has to connect with feeling. So it's not just about thoughts, it's thoughts with feeling. Feeling, thoughts, feeling, emotions, all connected. Self-kindness can be, it's okay, I did the best I can. We're going to these same words again. I did the best I can. It's okay. It's okay, Vanessa. You'd kind of talk to yourself as if you're a dear friend. You didn't generally want to hurt them. That wasn't your understanding. That wasn't your reasoning. You start to kind of talk to yourself more kindly as opposed to, what the heck did you do? Blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, oh my God. You start to elicit, bring up some kindness. And then the self-love just happens. So it just starts to happen from practicing that kindness to yourself. It starts to happen by practicing the kindness. And you practice the kindness regularly. You start to notice in your situations how you're talking to yourself. And you start to not just like yourself, but you start to love yourself and accept yourself and stay on your own side and be with yourself, even through the times where you feel like you really screwed up. And maybe it's really bad, or maybe you did something, or you acted in a way, or you went back to old patterns that you really didn't want to go back to, and all those things that we have going on, right? You can learn to be on your own side through these processes. That is kindness, that is friendship, that is love. That is love. That is being with yourself and not being against yourself. So, self-awareness, self-understanding, self-acceptance and embracing, self-kindness, and that makes you fall right into love with yourself. So I hope this was helpful. I'm Vanessa Uybarreta from vanessauybarreta.com. And thank you for watching. Bye-bye.